lesson 9, and the word here that's really big is direct variation. Sounds like, oh my gosh, how am I going to know how to do this? Once we go through this, you're going to find out that it's not as difficult as it sounds, and we've already done something. Actually, I've already done it because I've already gotten you used to and accustomed to doing things. It says the distance y a car travels after x hours, so distance is y, x is hours, can be represented by y equals 65 times x. Haven't we been writing these things? This y, haven't we been writing stuff like this?
Yes.
But we say, we're going to start with constant equals y over x. And then y equals k times x. K is my constant. Yes, we do know this. This is a linear equation. Okay? So, it says, fill in the blanks to find the constant ratio. I am going to put a box around that word, or the two words, constant ratio. So I have 100, I'm going to write out here, y over x, because isn't that constant, y over x?
Yes.
My y is my distance, my x is my driving time. So my first point would be 130 over 2. My second point is 195 over 3. My last point would be, what's on top? 260 over 4. How do I find this as a constant? You just take, in your calculator, 260 divided by 4. Which, when I put that in my calculator,
65.
it is 65. So the constant ratio is 65 miles per hour. If I know my constant, let's create a linear equation. Y equals, what's next?
65x.
65x. Y is my, what's the label for y?
Distance.
Distance, and what is the label on that?
Miles.
So we got miles, y is miles, and x is my
Hours.
hours. Right here, guys, to figure out what that is, we come up here and we look. We said y equals the distance, but we need a label, which is miles. X is my driving time, time is in hours. So it's miles equals 65 times the number of hours. The constant rate of change, or slope, of the line is change in miles over change in time. Slope is y2. We're writing it down here. Minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So to find the slope, we take 195 minus 130 is 65 over 3 minus 2 is 1. So the slope is still 65. Write a sentence that compares the constant rate. The constant rate was 65. And the constant rate of change and the constant ratio. The constant rate of change was the slope, and that was 65. So they are the what?
Same.
We're just gonna write same. I don't even have to write a whole complete sentence. I don't need to write they are the same. Just write same. Gonna put some circles around this direct variation. And in words it says, a linear relationship, underline linear relationship, is a direct variation. When the ratio of y to x is a constant k, we say y varies directly with x. Isn't this what we've been doing all of the time?
Yeah.
But let's just rewrite it, because I like to put k first. So k equals y over x. And we write y equals k times x. So it says when two variable quantities have a constant ratio, put a box around that, their relationship is called a direct variation. So if they have the constant, which equals k, if they have a k, they have a direct variation, which k is y over x. The constant ratio is called the constant of variation. The constant of variation is also known as the constant of proportionality. Every time I see the word constant, what does that represent? K. In a direct variation equation, got the word equation, the constant rate of change or slope is assigned a special variable k. Didn't I already tell you guys that one before?
Yep.
So, let's do this example. The height of the water as a pool is being filled is shown in the graph. Determine the rate in inches per minute. I want to start with the label. I want inches per minute. So isn't that my y over x? So I'm gonna come here. This is labeled x, y. Please be writing it down. So y is 2, x is 5. Well, 2 divided by 5, I put that in my calculator and I get 0.4. Then I go to my next one. Y is 4, x is 10. I know how to write that as a decimal. You just write 4 tenths. Y is 6, x is 15. Put that 6 divided by 15 in my calculator and I get 0.4. So my k equals 0.4. One step further that I will require you to do is write that as a linear equation. So we're going to write it as y equals, instead of just saying k, we're going to say 0.4 x. So now we have 2 minutes after a diver enters the water, he has descended 52 feet. After 5 minutes, he has descended 130 feet. At what rate is a scuba diver descending? I want to know the rate. So I've got 2 minutes. He's descended 52 feet. After 5 minutes, I'm going to change my color here. 5 minutes was 130 feet. Should I say it's minutes per foot or feet per minute?
Feet per minute.
Good. So we're going to start with our label. Feet per minute. So then I'm going to start with my first one. 52 feet in how many minutes?
2.
2. Because 52 feet in 2 minutes. What's 52 divided by 2?
20.
Do it in your calculator if you have to. What is it?
26.
26. Then I'm going to do it again. I have 130 feet in 5 minutes. What does that equal?
26.
26. So what is our rate?
26.
26, so we would write that it is 26 feet per minute, which that is my constant, which is my K. Then I'm going to make you write a linear equation. What do I start with? Y equals 26x. I want you just to read example number 2 to yourself. And read through their example and their answer. Is there anything new in example 2 that I have not shown you?
No.
No, not at all. Because it tells us K times X, right?
Yep.
Put a box around the equation. It gives us the equation. So it gives us the equation, so then what's the constant? Well, wherever K goes right here. So what's my constant? 10. And it says the amount of money is Y. X is the number of hours. So what is my label going to be? Is it hours per money?
Money per hour.
Okay, so I'm gonna just put dollars per hour. So the constant equals, then you need to say it's $10 per hour. You didn't have to do any work. Go ahead and do B. See what you can figure out for B. Making sure you have the label with it. Stand up when you're done. All right, let's go. Come on. This should not take that long. There's no work you needed to do. Yeah. Stay standing. I'm gonna dissect this out. You're gonna be paying attention. Distance. Distance is Y. And that's in miles by the chain family, and X hours. Something you didn't do probably, you didn't say Y over X. What's Y? So you're gonna have the label miles per what? Hour. But then it says identify the constant. So here is my equation. What is my constant? 55. And it would be 55, what's my label?
Miles per hour.
Miles per hour. If you didn't have this, stay standing if you had this. If you didn't have miles per hour, have a seat. Great. Could everybody just add in, go ahead and have a seat, everybody can have a seat. Go ahead and add the Y over X and the label. This just helps us remember the label. Did Determine direct variation. I'll put a little star there. Not all situations with a constant rate of change are proportional. Ooh, we talked about this a lot. What makes it proportional?
Straight and through the. Straight line and through the order.
Alright, see this squiggly line? Make a squiggly line. It's going to be a straight line through 0, 0, which is the origin. That makes it proportional. So not all situations with a constant rate of change are proportional, which means they have a straight line and go through the origin. Likewise, not all linear functions are direct variations. So let's look at this example. Pizza costs $8 each. What does my each mean I'm going to do? Yes, what does each mean?
Multiplication.
Plus a $3 delivery charge. Start by writing an equation to solve this. They don't do that. So I'm gonna come over here. Y is going to equal, it's $8 times each pizza. Do I know how many pizzas I have?
No.
So that's an X. Then I'm gonna hit plus my $3 for the delivery charge. Everybody needs to be writing it down. So then we have to, this is my X, this is my Y, because Y is the cost, X is the number of pizzas. So to fill out this chart, you do 8, and you just, sometimes they're gonna ask you to create a chart, and you have to just put in the numbers 1. So 8 times 1 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11. So for one pizza, it's $11. Then I do it for 2. 8 times 2 is 16, 16 plus 3 is 19. X times 3 is 24, plus 3 makes 27. X times 4 is 32, plus 3 makes 35. Now, before I go any further, just looking at this, is it going to be proportional? No. Why?
Because you can't add or subtract the number.
You cannot add or subtract to be proportional. Excellent. The other way to tell is I do my Y over X. So I'll start here with this first one. 11 divided by 1 is 11. Okay. Then I'm going to do the next one. 19 divided by 2 is, well, that's 9.5. Do I have to keep going?
No.
So do these have a constant? Is this a constant?
No.
It's only a constant if they're the same number. So, and I can look at the graph. Does it go through the origin? No. So if there's no constant ratio, there's no direct variation. So for example, C, it says 2 pounds of cheese cost $8.40. What's my label going to be? It-
Pounds to dollars. Dollars.
Yeah, so it's gonna be dollars per pound. So they gave us $8.40 for 2 pounds. So what's $8.40 divided by 2?
$4.20.
So it'd be $4.20 per pound. Am I adding or subtracting anything? No, so should there be a direct variation? Yes. So I'm going to create my chart, cause it says, show the cost of 1, 2, 3, and 4 pounds of cheese. This is my X, this is my Y. X is 1, so in 1 pound, we already found that it was $4.20. 2 pounds, it already told us it was $8.40. 3 pounds,
$16.80. No.
well, I take $4.20 times, which is
$12.60.
$12.60. Then I do it for 4. $4.20 times 4 is,
$16.80. Yeah.
What she said.
now I'm going to write my linear equation. Y equals,
K times X.
what's K?
$4.20.
$4.20, which is my constant, yes, times X. So is there a direct variation?
Yes.
Yes. Determine whether the linear relationship is a direct variation. If so, state the constant. So we have X is the time, wages is my Y. So I need to put it's Y over X. So I'm going to give it a whirl. 12 over 1 equals what?
12.
Then I'm gonna do my next group. 24 over 2 equals
12.
I'm gonna come over here because I'm running out of room. 36 over 3 equals
12.
48 over 4 equals
12.
What is my constant?
12.
And then you have to do them all to make sure they all work, because sometimes you might get to the end and that one's not gonna work, so you have to be careful. So I'm gonna write K equals 12, and then my equation, right, Y equals
12x.
X. And then, what is Y? Y is my, we gotta do some labels. Y is my, what's the label for Y?
Wages.
Wages or
Dollars.
money.